Peaking? Am I peaking? Might be peaking. Oh, just got back from my first COVID vaccination. I assume it's the AstraZeneca one. I'm still alive. I'm still here. But what I thought, because I'm a caring, sharing, sensitive kind of guy, I thought I'd do a little PSA. So to encourage you, if you've got any fears, of the COVID, of the jab or whatnot, I thought I'd come in my infinite wisdom and share my pearls before the swine and tell you what it's like. What is it like? So anyway, backstory. A long time ago, there was this thing, a coronavirus called COVID-19, and it's it's kind of made the world go a bit gaga for the last year. But these wonderful scientists have developed a vaccine, and there are a number of vaccines. There's the AstraZeneca one, there's the other one, and there's, I think Johnson & Johnson have got one. There's loads of them. Just take your pick. And it's marvellous, isn't it marvellous what they can do? We've already seen it in Israel. They've managed to do their entire population, because Israel's a very small country. Mind you, not giving any of the jab to those Palestinians. A little bit of politics there. Caring, sharing politics. But I got a letter from the NHS. Her Majesty's NHS, may we bless her and all that's sailing her, saying, Darren, because you're a carer, because I am caring, sharing Darren, because you're a carer and I'm in charge of a vulnerable person, Herb, you get to jump to the head of the queue and get your jab done first. It's like, yeah, brilliant. Well, not first. I had to wait because there wasn't anywhere local. So you get your NHS number and you put it into the website and it tells you the closest place. And originally the closest place away was like 9 miles away in Enfield. And I didn't want to go there because it's Enfield. It's busy and it's a drag to get to. So what I thought I'd do is wait, because I'd heard that the local hall, Murray Hall in Loughton, was going to be a COVID centre. And luckily, a week or so later, it came online and I was able to book both of my jabs. So I've got one there. I had one today, scheduled today, and I had one scheduled in June, first week of June, I think it is. And that's the what you got to do. And it's really easy. You just go online, tickety-tack, tickety-tack, tickety-tack. Select what dates you want, what times you want, click submit, confirm, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. And I did that about a week ago, was it? Just over a week ago, maybe about 10 days ago. So yeah, it was just a matter of waiting, and here we are, we're here today. So what happened is I took her to school. Those are the details. It's very bright, isn't it? I look like a skull on a stick today. Got to go. So I took her to school, and because I planned it for like 9 a.m, I could walk from his school to the centre. It's literally like a 10-minute walk, and you got to queue up. They give them the number, but she goes, "Oh, you need a proper mask." So they gave me one of the like medical masks, and then you're led in and you hand sanitised. It was very wet, and I think the lady was flirting with me. She said, "Oh, it's a bit wet, isn't it?" I nearly did the "that's what she said" line. Again, my daughter, she loves that gag, and she says it at everything. It's a thing now. Shouldn't have introduced it to her. And I went, "Oh, I wasn't expecting that." And we had a little laugh. That was nice. Put me at ease. Then I'm led into the hall. I'm given a chit to hold. I was number 19. It's like being at the bacon counter, it was. And then you sit down, and there's all these other people around. The problem was, as I was wearing my glasses, and my glasses steamed up because I'm wearing a mask. I can't see, so I'm taking my glasses off, and I couldn't see, and I'm trying to sit there, put my on, off. No, that was bad. Couldn't see what was going on because I have a distance thing. I'm all right close up, but distance, everything's like a bit of a fog. So, and I didn't want to trip over a chair or something, do a pratfall. I didn't want to do a Norman Wisdom. Mr. Grimsdale, Norman Wisdom pratfall over the chairs. So I thought, so I'm sitting there, just regulating my breathing until my glasses demisted. Now there are about 5, I might have miscounted, 5 inoculation bays. People there. one close to me, he was a right mother head, he was. Oh, have you got your NHS number? Oh, blood thinners. Oh. He was going on. I thought, I don't want him. I do not want him. I want her over there, because they had the military there. They had some young army folk. I mean, God, everyone's younger than me, but they were really professional. And I saw her, you know, our eyes met across the room. They didn't. I'm just adding to the story. But I thought, I want those guys, those two young fellas there, because they're efficient. And lo and behold, that was my... I waited about, I don't know, 10 minutes to be seen. And then I got to sit down. They ask you, you know, to confirm your details and everything. And if you got the COVID, have you been on blood thinners? Have you been on a COVID trial? And how you're feeling? And you do all that. And then they ask what arm you want. And I said, well, what arm's your favourite? You know. And I went, oh, all right, I have the one that's closest. Go on. So I presented my left arm. I was hoping that they enjoyed the Genesis t-shirt. And I was thinking, they might enjoy that. And she, you know, you might feel it might sting, you know. But I'm looking at the window. I'm looking out the window. Because when I was a kid, Dr. Griffiths, he's probably up there in Dr. Heaven. And he always said, focus on something else. And he used to have all these cars, like toy cars, Matchbox cars, on his shelf. Loads of them. And he'd say, look at the cars. Look, that's a good car. And I'd look, and he'd go, it's done. In that brief moment. So he taught me to always just, you know, focus elsewhere. So whenever I'm ever having a jab or whatnot, I always focus on something. And there was a man mowing the lawn. You know? He's a lawnmower. Genesis, lawnmower. I know what I like. You see what I'm going? Everything's linked. Everything's linked. So I was focused on him, didn't feel a thing. Now, normally, when I'm walking around, I feel a prick. Today, didn't feel a prick at all. I got the prick joke in. And that was it. And she said, there you go. Come back. Here's your piece of paper. You need to bring that back with you. And the missus was waiting for me outside. She had a bit of a wait, but, you know, feel fine so far. Arm feels fine. I feel okay, other than just feeling a bit tired from doing the walk and that, because it was a bit of a round trip. We was out for over an hour, nearly 80 minutes I think we was out. But yeah, so far I'm still here. I'm still here, everyone, and I'm feeling all right. So there you go. Mind you, the 5G signal's improved. I've got an urge to upgrade to Windows 10. I'm here all week, folks. But anyway, I just thought I'd tell you about it, and you know, then you feel at ease, because you know, science, isn't it? Science, bitch. Breaking Bad reference. Again, when I was a lad, being vaccinated for things was important. You know, we had polio vaccines and German measles and things like that. And you know, the polio, I remember it being on a sugar cube and taking that one. And again, it was a thing when we was kids, getting vaccinated for things. And I remember, you know, the little boy in calipers that collected money outside the door of the post office. You know, that was part of our lives in the 70s. You know, polio, seeing Ian Jury, polio and all these illnesses were very much a thing. And then in the 80s, it was getting my TB shot in my shoulder and having that done. So, you know, it's the science. And, you know, I know everything, you've got to be sceptical about things, but, you know, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and it's a fucking disgrace what's going on in Europe at the moment. It really is, you know. But there you go. I just feel vindicated for voting to leave the EU, because it's a fucking shitstorm. It really is. And I can't believe it. I really can't. I know I've always been I wasn't a Eurosceptic. I was only a Eurosceptic with the Maastricht Treaty and all that stuff. Before that, it was trading bloc, great. But I knew they were a bunch of arseholes, but I didn't realise it wouldn't take so long for them to show their true colours. And what we're seeing in the UK is that British exceptionalism that people don't seem to like. It's what we do. It's what we're good at, you know. We're the bulldog breed. If you tell us we can't, we will. That's what we do. And there's no shame in that. There's no shame. And again, everybody that comes here are made of the same metal. We persevere. We carry on. And that's what this is. And then I drop dead. And everyone goes, yay, the vaccine worked. Massive thrombotic episode. But yeah, I mean, you have to, you know, it's science. Science, isn't it? Science. But what are you going to do about it, you know? I don't particularly want to roll the COVID dice, because you roll it, you might be fine. You might not be. I've had this discussion before, you know. statistically, my logical brain says you'll be fine. But there's that niggle. And again, as somebody who's had pneumonia as a child and nearly died, when I was 13, I don't want to ever get a respiratory illness again, something that could put me in hospital on a ventilator. I've been there, I've done that. It's not nice, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, except for that band and that guitarist. And I'd wish it on them, Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been wonderful. Oh, there's some people. I didn't notice you were there. John says he's already had his jab. Robert says, getting mine on Friday, local council office, rang my surgery. And got a text. See, very, very accurate, very, very quick. He says, surgery offering jab on Saturday. No reading of the notes. So see, this is it. It's brilliant. And what I saw today, very efficient. Everyone, just pulling together. And everyone going there and getting the jab. No, there's no nervous Nellies. It was just that British resolve that we have. And it's what we do. It's what we do. Now they can track us with the... The microchip's in my brain now. Brendan says, I'd rather stick it up his bum rather than his arm. Well, yeah, we know you have an anal fixation, Brendan. Scott says it's in the coming months, not now. It's the slow death you've been jabbed with. Oh, thanks, Scott. I love you too, man. Scott isn't very smart. Robert says, Darren, have you heard the Moulet's Prenatural? I don't know what the hell that is. Like in the Hot Racks mug. What? It's my kids and the dog. Oh, Scott needs to be blocked because he's an idiot. He's one of these idiots. Bye bye, Scott. Sorry that you're an idiot, but hey, one day you'll grow up. And we've got another idiot. Blimey. All the idiots are up early this morning. But anyway, we don't deal with all that because, again, like I said, some of us grew up when there were very serious illnesses in the world. We got, we got all this stuff, kicked out. Again, measles, and it was a very serious illness. They have resurgences because people, it causes autism. My son's autistic. Guess what? I knew that before he was even, injected with anything. From the moment he came out of the womb. I knew he was different. Nothing to do with... And he's had all his inoculations. And he's a big tank of a man. You wouldn't argue with him. He's not. He's broad. He's going to be bigger than me. He's going to be carrying me over his shoulder soon. It's going to be great. But anyway, sorry that we have idiots here. But thank you for watching. We'll be doing the live stream tonight. I hope I'll be doing the live stream. But yeah, this was just to allay anyone's fears who's got this, vaccination coming up. It's a piece of piss. You'll roll through it. It's the easiest thing you'll do. And like I say, maybe we can wipe this terrible thing out. Maybe one day we'll find out what really caused it. Maybe we'll get to the truth of it all. But don't believe the idiots. Social media's got a lot to fucking answer for. And if we all actually had to sign up with our real names and our real identities, you wouldn't see half the bullshit flying around that you see out there. Again, it's a hotbed for stupidity from all angles, from left to right, from like I say, flat earthers, COVID deniers. You just can't all the social media has done is amplify the stupid in the world, and that's really, really sad. Remember, everything is a conspiracy theory. Everyone's out to get us. Blah de blah de blah. Yeah, all right. It's a prog band, says. Well, I thought it was a condition. I thought it was like Tourette's or something. John says that Darren, I grew up in the 60s, much better now. Get the jab. Exactly. If you're, if it's all about age. The problem with young folk today. Wait a minute. I've got to adjust this. I'm too bright. Wait a minute. It's because normally that's better. The problem with young folk today is they didn't see the kid with the big shoe. That was a thing. We'd see the kid with the big shoe. People are saying, what's he going on about? There were people who had all these, getting through polio and whatnot, had all these problems. And, kids were disabled and died through just illnesses that we can combat now. again, even something like measles, which can lead to blindness, deafness, all sorts of other conditions. You can lose limbs over it. You can get sepsis and stuff because of measles. And stupid people deny science. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, fine, you go and do that, but your kids shouldn't be allowed to go to school. You should be like put in a special pen where we can prod you and laugh at you, But there you go. And I do feel a bit breathless though, because I've been walking and doing all this, and and I wake up and all I hear on the radio is, the whole of Europe's banned the AstraZeneca jab, thrombosis and all this and all that. I mean, something like about 150 people a day die have thrombotic episodes, a day in the UK. That's without being jabbed, so. And of course, there is a risk with everything you do, with every medicine you take, from paracetamol to cancer drugs. There is an inherent risk with everything you do. You can extend that out to putting your trousers on in the morning. There's an inherent risk putting your trousers on. You could trip, fall over, crack your head on the dresser. Walking down the stairs, you could trip, you could break your neck. Everything comes with a risk. I was doing that at school the other day. They were talking about risk and looking at risk, having a cup of tea, abseiling down a cliff. Very interesting, I thought, that they're teaching our kids about risk assessment at 11 years old. It's like, oh, that's interesting. But we talked about that. He was talking about making tea. How very British. How very British. Because that was what he's talking about. He was talking about tea and how dangerous it is making a cup of tea. Well, there you go. I've lost my thread. They're all idiots. They're all idiots. Oh no, there's another idiot. Oh God. Blimey, the idiots are really getting up early this morning, aren't they? Wow, they really are getting up early. Doesn't matter because we just block them. Oh man, isn't it a shame? They all get blocked. Yeah, Jack says see you tonight. Absolutely. Crazebrook says live concerts in 2021. No, I'm not going to any concerts. Why would I do that? If I do, it'll be people like Penguin Cafe. I think they've rescheduled a gig next year, and Portico Quartet. They're the only ones that I can afford to go and see. And they play venues that I want to go and sit in, places like the Barbican or whatnot. But even then, I'm so out of going out. I don't really want to do it. I get tired. I'm old and I'm tired, and so live music for me, it's over. I don't miss it, because it's very stressful for me to go into town and be in the crowds and stuff. And I've accepted it now. If I'm in town, I mean, it's different when I was working, because I'd go to a gig after work, and it was just a matter of going to a pub and hanging around for a bit. Whereas when you've got to go in on the tube and everything, and you're so used not to doing it, it was a real effort. It's a real effort to do that for me. But I've come to terms with it. It gives me more money to buy guitars. Remember, folks, the Golden A10 is up for sale on eBay. I need your bloody money. Your credit card bill's due today. I need the money. Come on. What's going on? Naz is in. He says, hey. Payne says, there's a risk of not putting your trousers too. Exactly. Yeah, if you go out without your trousers, there's a risk there. But then, if you've played Cyberpunk 2077, you know what that's like, because randomly your character will be wearing no clothes. I think they've patched it now, though, but I do remember playing that game and in turning and in the mirror and seeing that I was completely Billy Bollock naked. And not one of the characters in that game noticed that I was only wearing a jacket and nothing else. A leather jacket, and it was like one of those dreams you used to have as a kid. Do you remember that? Do you remember those dreams? Turn up to school with no trousers on? Maybe it's just me then. Maybe it really happened. Robert says 21 thrombosis cases from Pfizer vaccine, 28 from AstraZeneca worldwide out of tens of millions. Robert's actually done the research. Zeb says, good morning, Darren. Do we ever get a Missing Links box set review? Missing Links box set receipt. You see, I knew you were going to mention it. So I kept it at hand for you. Thing is I've heard it all apart from the last disc, and I don't know. Who cares about? Look, nobody likes my music reviews. They all tell me I'm wrong. I did Bites fans the other day telling me how wrong I was and what I'm an idiot I am. I take it very personally. Have I totally quit? I don't know what I'm doing, Zeb. This is the thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I find it very hard to get excited about review music because only you guys care. You know, I don't know how I feel. I just like talking. I just like doing this. You know, I just like doing this. Well, maybe one day, maybe today, maybe I should, blow the dust off. I've been listening to Queen, all their albums because I need to. So there you go. I've been doing my homework. Dog's here. You right, Anna? I shut the door before she could run off, but she's actually staying in her basket, which is nice. I don't think she's happy though. Payne says, morning. It's rare that I catch a coffee time. Well, it's rare that I do them. I'm only doing it because we're talking about getting the jab. I am the example. I did the jab. I got jabbed. It was fine. It was nice. I flirted with the nice lady. I feel good. I'm sure she felt better for it. That was that. Mind you, she was higher ranking than me. Because I had the military give me the jab, which was good. It was good to see. Again, it was just good to see everybody there doing this and working together. It makes you feel good to be an Englishman, a Brit. English and British exceptionism because we are exceptional and everything. Chilled knees. Ain't just your knees that get chilled. Now it says, love the WHO reviews, not the World Health Organisation. The WHO, not the WHO. The WHO, the horrible WHO. Thank you. And Stephen says hi. Hi, Stephen. Stephen with a PH. I'll just finish the coffee. What do you reckon? I've still got some left, and then I'll sod off, eh? What do you reckon? But apart from that, not much else to report, really. Apart from Verity went back to school yesterday. She didn't enjoy that. She's got so used to being at home. I like working from home. It's quick. I can get everything done quicker. And but yeah, they'll get used to it. But they've got to have COVID tests all the time, the swab tests and that. And it's a complete waste of time and money, in my opinion, because they're kids. I think maybe with the older kids, the 15, 16-year-olds, it's worth it, but not at Verity's age. I just think it's just a waste of resources. But they'd be better off, I don't know, maybe doing, getting those heat sensor things. That's what they use abroad, isn't it? They use the heat sensors when people come into countries and whatnot. Ping. I think it'd be better off doing that and just monitoring people's body temperatures. Robert Payne says, congratulations on getting the jab. Oh, it was really nothing. I just turned up and they stuck it in me. They stuck it in me good. But no, it was. I wasn't concerned about it because, like I said, I believe in science, and I've had inoculations and jabs throughout my life. It's been a thing. It's always been a thing, and so, I wouldn't necessarily want it to be the first man to have it. I wouldn't want to be this is the first one, Darren. I wouldn't want to do that. I'd like there to be a couple of million in front of me, like 20 million. I thought, get 20 million in front. We'll see how they're doing, and then I'll go for it. That's the skeptic in me. But no, I just think it's the right way to approach it. And like I said, I'm totally shocked at how Europe and the European countries are dealing with this, and not. I don't know. Are they taking it seriously? Are they just doing it because of politics? I don't know. It really saddens me. I just think people are probably going to there are going to be a lot of sick people in Europe for no reason when they could all have been working on this together. They should have followed our example. But again, if we'd have stayed part of the EU, there's a good chance we'd have been at the back of the queue with them. And and I don't take any joy. I don't take any joy from that. I find it really sad and disheartening. And I didn't want to be justified in my anti-EU bias in like this. I wanted it to be more about politics rather than a public health issue. And I don't. Again, this is where the EU should have no remit about public health. What the fuck has the EU got to do with sovereign nations' health? Nothing. Butt out. Just be a trading bloc. I would have voted for it if it was just a trading bloc. But this is what I find really sad and really disconcerting about the whole thing. But we're playing the percentages. It's all about herd immunity via vaccine. like we've done with, like I say, polio and TB and all those other things. Again, we stopped the TB jab because TB died. By 2008, they didn't need to do them anymore because it was sufficiently under control. And that is how you manage disease. Young people, when they're not around, they're not aware of these things and they don't see these things, they become blasé and sceptical of science. And you'll trust your mobile phone and you'll trust social media, but you won't actually trust science. It's science that has given you your mobile phone and your social media, but you don't trust that. You'll trust the blatherings of some turd on Facebook. And you just think, I do wonder sometimes. I do wonder. Mancoot says the British are a little weird indeed. We're totally weird, but we're the guys you need guarding your back when shit gets real. Remember that. We get the job done. We're the bulldog breed. Remember that. And there's no shame in it. Stephen says, what do you think of the featured bands 26 CD collection? I don't think anything of it because I'm not part of that anymore. I don't think and I don't talk about it. It's of zero interest to me. We're done. It's good. I'm free. Instead, I'm really into Daniel Lanois at the moment, and I'm just eating that guy's work up, eating it and learning and absorbing his production techniques and just absolutely enjoying a true musician, whereas that featured artist isn't a true musician. He got lucky. He got lucky with the first album and everyone leaving, and he got the keys to the kingdom. He got lucky. If that album hadn't have sold, he'd be working for Mr. Locke at his estate agency down in Dorset, wouldn't he? Funny that. Funny synchronicity that my name's Locke and the estate agents that he didn't want to work for was called Locke too, and that was without an E. Isn't that funny? It's a funny old world. Maybe he sees me as some sort of extension of that. Maybe that's why. Maybe there's some sort of psychotic thing going on in his head. He sees me as he's past. I don't know. But no, I don't care. They could all burn. They could all burn in hell for all I care. They're a nasty little outfit, equivalent to the Mafia. Remember, the new tour is going to be called "Music Is Your Friend," unless you're Darren Locke. In parentheses. We'll sort him out. Couldn't give a fuck. I don't need you. You need me more than I need you. Because I've still got my money. And guess what? I made a profit selling all your stuff. For the first time in my life, I actually made money out of you. You fools. Ha ha ha. Left Break says, after the Who, you've got the what and the when, indeed. Hal says, I'm in the staff canteen with my sausage and bacon palm. Robert says, TB's now antibiotic resistant. It's evolved. Yeah, but it's not, Payne says, it's weird what made us invent stuff. Exactly. Payne says, I wonder if the featured artist's been jabbed. Well, exactly. Bums on seats. Gonna need those bums on the seats. The tour. Got to announce the tour. Got to get out there. Zeb said, "Did you see the new video? Karen Live 1972, Peter Live 1974." No. I've been watching Daniel Lanois instead. Watching lots of Daniel Lanois on YouTube because that's where I'm at the moment. Very good artist. Been enjoying it. Hannah says Total has an anniversary set coming out too. Okay. Payne says saw the Hamill Swiss incredible C, such good quality. I haven't. Again, it comes something when you have to use your missus to get views. I mean, they were doing those videos before, but it only took off when she decided to, I'm just so glad I'm out of that game because I'd be embarrassed for them, but I'm not embarrassed. I just find it a bit sad. But again, it's there. That's what they want to do. Let them do it. No skin off my nose. I don't watch the videos. I'm not interested. It just fucking pops up in my feed on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot because people go, "Oh look, isn't it funny? Oh look, tits." They're not even her tits, are they? They're the surgeon's tits. She paid for those tits. At least mine are real. Dan Noir treatment of Oh Mercy, excellent recommendation, says John. Left Break says, is that a shiny new guitar? Which one? I've got loads of them. What, this one? What, this one? What, this one? Yeah, this is new. Yeah. What do you think? This is I suppose, rotten Fenders. It's a Fender nylon. Got it very cheap off the eBay. Somebody sold it second hand, and like I say, it's better than the fucking Godin nylon that I had, because it actually plays like a nylon, whereas the other one, it was the wrong scale length, and I didn't realise that because I made it. Whereas this is a shorter neck, so there you go. I haven't reviewed that one yet. Or the other one over there. Or that one over there. Anyway. Stephen says, did you watch the Damn documentary on Sky? No, but I watched Blitzed, about the Blitz kids, on Sunday. And yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. Went on too long. Heard a lot of the anecdotes before. And there was surprising, there was a lot of music not involved in it. They obviously couldn't get the clearance for. So there was a lot of bleepy bloopy stuff that was kind of obviously written especially for it to make it sound like from the era. But yeah, it was probably a 60-minute thing, but they stretched out to 90 minutes, and I was just bored by the end of it. And it's a shame, because I think Boy George alone could have sat there and told amazing, interesting anecdotes, but he was kind of watered down. And the same with Marilyn. You know, the original gender benders, they called Boy George a transphobe because he thinks women should have their own safe spaces. Funny that. The world's gone mad. So that was interesting, but I haven't checked the damn one out though. Painters. That reminds me, I need to listen to Neil Young's Le Noise again. Annoying everyone. And Brendan says, would you consider a nylon album? No, because of Static Electricity. That is a 1970s jokes. I had nylon socks. My dad put them on top of the fire to dry off, and they melted. Those were the 70s. Thanks for playing. They were brown socks as well, because it was the 70s and everything was brown and orange. No, I was thinking maybe an acoustic thing, acoustic record, not nylon. I'm not a good player. I haven't got the discipline, but I like acoustic guitar, and I did a little piece. There's a song I done called "The Puzzle." Again, if you follow me on the Bandcamp or the Patreon, you will have exclusive access. Oh, do I have to do this? Do I have to do this? If you follow me on the Bandcamp's good, because for £3 a month you get access to a load of stuff that I'm putting up, and there's albums and remixes and shit. I've only got three supporters, so I only get about £9. But hey, it's fun. But they get access to stuff I post, and I'm going through the archives and finding bits and bobs, and it's really kind of cool, and I really like doing it. But again, the Patreon people get the odd track as well, because that's what I tend to post on Patreon, because I don't know what to do. But you know, if you follow me on those things, you'd have heard that track by now, and you saw how it evolved from the original part of the puzzle. There was a song, and I came up with a bit, and then I added bits to the beginning and the end, and so you get to see how the song developed. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, that's on the Patreon and on my Bandcamp subscription. The good thing about the Bandcamp one is there's a remix of Luckiest Man in the World. I did a 2020 remix of it for its 10th anniversary. Not that it needed it. I did find that there was some bass guitar missing on Fear and Loathing in Norfolk, and I restored the missing bass guitar. It was like I was Mike Oldfield going through the master tapes of Tubular Bells. It was like that. That's what I felt like. I felt like a recording god. I thought, wait a minute, the bass is missing. Where's the bass? I didn't notice it. In fact, I remember at the time after I'd actually made it, and I was thinking, there's bass missing there. Then I actually went and looked at the track, and the bass had, obviously I must have deleted it. Must have hit backspace or something and deleted it. But yeah, there's a little bit of nylon guitar on that. I've went around the houses then. Went around the houses. There's a little bit of nylon guitar and a little bit of acoustic and that. But I like that kind of thing. But I'm not that good enough player to do a solely nylon thing. I haven't got the what's the word? I haven't got the it's discipline. I guess it is discipline, because the nylon guitar is a strange beast. It doesn't react like a steel string guitar or a bass guitar or anything. Whereas if you play a string, it will react the same way every time. There's a consistency. I find with nylon strings there is an inconsistency. They'll squeak. It's like, why did it squeak then? I fingered it the same way, but it squeaked. And also the volume on this hand, I'm playing and saying, that was a bit louder. And I find it very hard to get a consistent performance. I find it very hard with the nylon guitar. And it was the same with the Godin that I sold. I struggled with it and tried to get a consistent sound on it. But again, I didn't realise that the neck length was far too long. It's like a standard electric guitar scale length, and getting I don't know if you can see. Look, it's a smaller neck. It's smaller. I'm sure it's smaller than the Godin one, and it's a lot easier to finger. I've said it again, finger. I just keep thinking of the missus when I say finger, because I'm always waggling my finger at her, saying, "Make me a sandwich." I'm going to get into so much trouble for that. But there you go. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice little guitar. It's light. It's not a nice tone to it. See, I'm plucking. I think it's out of tune. Is that me or the guitar? I always saying. Yeah, guitars. Too many guitars. Need to sell them. But there you go. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Russell says, enjoying Sky Arts lately. Yeah, best channel. And it's good they've made it free now. I used to pay for that. I still do. Now TV for some reason. Brendan says he enjoyed Mick Jagger getting turned away. Again, I'd heard that before, because Steve Strange, God rest his soul, was a bit of a one, wasn't he? Like you said, when Mick Jagger's in your club, you've failed, Stephen says, listen to an album by The Coops called 2020 Vision. Well, you're copying them. No, I'm always the original. Look, it was going to be an obvious fucking album title. It was obvious. It's just an obvious thing. There was no creativity involved with coming up with that title. It's just 2020 was a bad year, and it just made sense to do an album called 2020 Vision, a vision of hell, wasn't it? More than anything else. Russell said, I had a mustard coloured tank top when I was a kid. It was the 70s, exactly. Zeb says, why do people press thumbs down? I just don't get it. Oh, because I think it hurts me. It doesn't. I don't care. Again, come at me. Insult me, bring it on. I don't care. You just get deleted and blocked, and I will report you. If you insult me, I'll actually report you for harassment now. That's an added bonus, because you're all anonymous. The people that do it, they're all anonymous. They're all little keyboard warriors, and they think that what they do has some sort of impact on me. It doesn't. It just all it does is I enjoy it because I block them and delete. They give me the power, but then they think that they've won, and you go, How have you won? You got blocked. You didn't win. You lost. If you wanted to win, you'd have a sensible conversation with me. You'd debate me. You'd say, I think this is the case, or that's the case. But they don't. They just insult. And that's fair. If that's what they want to do. But they get deleted and blocked. And reported for harassment. But because that's the way it goes. Stephen says, last Saturday, Sky Arts had a damn doc, polystyrene doc, and The Cure. Oh, okay. I watched King Rocker. Have you watched that one? That's Stuart Lee's documentary. I don't know. I'm kind of mixed mind over it. It was a bit meandering, but I think that was the whole point of it. If you've ever watched Stuart Lee's stand-up routine. It was only good for Robin Asquith. The legend that is Robin Asquith turning up in it. That's the only reason I watched it. By the way, Zeb says, you made me listen to the Future shite. It was different. Has my opinion changed since the review? Yeah, it's a pile of shit. It's complete shit. Don't listen to it. Go and look. Just Stephen Wilson, just get his work. Just take a big shit on it. Burn it. He's not an artist. He's vacant. He doesn't actually say anything. He's just a fucking copyist. You know, the thing I resent is that this is presented as some sort of artistic statement. Everything he's done is presented as some sort of real artistic statement, and it's not. It's not. It makes me angry. It's the opposite of art. It's vacuous. It's vacant. It means nothing. You will forget it. It has no impact on anyone. And if you sit at home playing Stephen Wilson albums over and over and over, and have got Stephen Wilson fucking posters on your wall, you are a sad fuck, and you fell for the fucking propaganda. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. Porcupine Tree were bad enough, right? I could see what they were doing. There's been a whole fucking genre of music that's come out of that shite. And all that weak fucking Euro prog shit has all come off the back of Porcupine Tree. And that is another thing that you fucking suckers fell for. Ugh. It's not authentic. It's not authentic. None of it's authentic. It's all a big con, and you fell for it. There you go. And that's how I feel. And I haven't changed. I want him to surprise me. Again, the only thing I felt he'd ever done was any good was his first solo album, the Insurgentes. And I always say it wrong just to annoy. I thought that was an interesting album, right? Interesting. Not brilliant, interesting. But other than that, everything he does is fake as fuck. And is evident in what he did recently. Fake as fuck. But there you go. Robert Payne says, we had brown bread spreads and orange walls. Even the cars were painted burnt orange and brown. Stephen says, well, that's my tea break gone. See you soon. Have a good one. Brendan says, Boy George was a tea leaf. Absolutely. Russell says, nylon guitar is very soft. I think it's very nice for solos. Robert Payne says, nylon guitars are playing without a net. Exactly. Again, I don't have I'm an electric player, right? I like the idiosyncrasies of the electric guitar. I like, things fizzing and popping and stuff. I like acoustic guitar. I'd like to do a strummy kind of album, but I don't know if I could sustain it for 40 minutes or something. I don't know if I've got the tunes or the chops to do that. I don't know. It's something I'd like to approach, but I don't know if it'd be. I don't know. I'm not that good. I don't think I'm that good enough to pull it off. I'm not that good enough to pull off regular records. I just do what I do because it's a hobby, It's just a hobbyist thing. And if you buy into it, I'm grateful for it. But at least what I do is fucking authentic. It comes from the heart. I don't sit down and think, I'm going to do an album like Pink Floyd, or I'm going to copy this band, If you hear something that sounds like one of my influences, it's just because it's come out through my fingers. I haven't deliberately set out to do that. It's just, this sounds good. I like this. It's not and I don't keep repeating the same thing, I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. I try and actively change what I do. I try and, like what I'm doing, it's kind of the thing I'm doing at the moment. It's a more poppy. It's a pop album. These are songs. These are songs you can sing along to. So there you go. Manky Pete says, I fingered it, but it squeaked. We'll be on the soundboard. Exactly. Squeaky. Brendan says, nylon with reverb sounds fab. It really does. It really does. Left Break says, can you play left hand? I can barely play right-handed. Russell says, thumbs down is wrong. If people give you anything good to say, they say nothing. Well, in the old days, you had a star rating. I don't know if people remember that on YouTube, where you had like, was it a 5-star or 3-star? I can't remember. I think it was 5 stars, and you could, 1 or... The negative thing is just, it can be... problem with that is it can be used against you. All of this stuff, up and down, can be used against you. It's... it's, I don't know. Again, if you've got kids on the platform as well, it's going to affect them more. I know how they've gone after my son, and they're giving him thumbs downs and that, and it upsets him, and that's fine. Yeah, that's a comment on them. If you want to upset a little kid, fine. It doesn't upset me. I've just got to explain to him that you're an arsehole. That's the only thing that happens. Oh yeah, the person that done this is a complete arsehole. There's a world out there full of arseholes who will want to make you miserable. And the trick is to learn to ignore them. And that's why that's the conversation I have with my children, because that's what you people who vote thumbs down do. All you do is create that conversation. You don't create anything good. You don't create a positive thing. You don't create a negative thing. You just create this thing when I say, you're an arsehole. Well done. That's brilliant. What an achievement. I mean, I can't believe people are that dumb and that this kind of culture still exists on YouTube or in social media. But it does, because they've got nothing else going on for them. And like I say, it says more about them than anything else. Payne says, okay, computer for the Amazon generation. Exactly. It wasn't even hot space, oh, something's pinging again. Robert Payne, how did you get in 2 places at once? I've forgotten what the joke was going to be then. Hot space for the Ask Jeeves generation. There we go. I don't know, that wasn't even fun. Without the rhythm, that wasn't funny. Payne says, heard Wilson made some changes to Toll's aid this time on account of it being dated. Well, Roger asks if I'm well. Yeah, just go to the jab. Left Break says, just got 45th Bowie, station to station. What's the fuzz at the beginning? Does not sound like a train. Don't know, I haven't got it. Kevin says, I never got Wilson either. Glad it's not me. Keep up the work. Anyway, I think we've done enough. I think I've done enough. Like I say, see you tonight. We'll do the thing tonight, and hopefully I've got enough energy. Hopefully I'm not like all shivering and shaking, but I'm feeling all right at the moment, so that's good news. So I think I could do with another coffee now. And that's that. Thanks for playing. We'll do this all again soon. Remember, folks, don't be scared of the jab. It's not often you get to feel a little prick, unless you're married to me. It was cold. I don't know. I think it was AstraZeneca. I don't know. Find out when I get the blood clot. And anyway, we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. It's been lovely having you. Don't forget, if you can't be safe, be good. No, if you can't be good, be safe. It's early. Oh, it's brightening up again, and I'm losing light. Normally I pull the curtains and have all the lights on, but I thought I'd get some natural light today. And that's it. Catch you on the flippy floppy. Ta-da!